So I read this article earlier that it's time to sell Palantir stock into the strength. So I want to break down that article, kind of give my thoughts on that in this video. And of course, like we always do, we're going to break down the charts here as Palantir is looking pretty dang good as the entire stock market is green except for the Russell, which the Russell looks like it's slowly coming around. It might be green here pretty soon, but either way, we have a lot to cover today, guys. Hit that like button, make sure to subscribe. As always, we're trying to get to 50,000 subs as soon as possible, and you might as well get up to 20 stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. Palantir stock right now is looking pretty good, guys. We're up over $31 per share. We hit $31.16 to be exact, and we're up over 2% as I'm making this video, pretty much in the middle of the trading day, right? And one thing right off the bat that stands out to me, probably to you as well, we're taking out the highs from yesterday. Yesterday's high was at about $30.80. So we took that high out with this move literally from around 10-15 minutes prior to me making this video, right? We took out the highs from yesterday and from earlier in the day. And on the 5-day chart, you guys can see now we're pushing the highs from 2 days ago where we hit 31.20. That was on Monday morning. You guys remember that, right? So on the 5-day, 5-minute here, what do we have? This is a clear-cut ascending triangle. So we're making higher lows, one right here, 2, 3, 4, whatever, and we're pushing into the resistance at $31. And we also have a cup and handle. You could also look at this as a cup and handle as well. Pretty clear cut. You guys see the cup right here, handle. This is literally a textbook cup and handle, guys. So this looks really bullish overall. Again, ascending triangle. We got the cup and handle. However you want to slice and dice it, however you want to look at it, this looks very good in the short term. And ultimately, this leads to a breakout the way it's lining up right now. Is it guaranteed? Obviously, no, it's not. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen. But the way things are lining up in the short term on the charts, we're looking pretty good, guys. Pretty good in the short term. For Palantir stock. And of course, on the 4-hour, we're at highs. Nobody's doubting that. On the max chart, pretty much a 5-year chart at this point, we're out of $29.30, which was a big resistance, yada, yada, yada. Next is $33.50, followed by about $38.39. We've covered all this on the channel. So let me actually pull up this article that I was reading earlier, which it's interesting. We'll see what they have to say here, guys. And by the way, hit that like button, run the likes up, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you all for tuning in here on YouTube. As always, we're hunting for that 50K, guys, and we're hunting for the 100K plaque as well. We're coming for that plaque at some point in the future. It's coming, baby. So this article, you guys can see, says, sell Palantir stock into the strength despite all the promising news. Do you guys agree with that, by the way? Let me know in the comments down below. But we can see here, after the recent sell-off, AI stocks are attempting to make a recovery. However, Palantir, it looks like its recovery came last week, yada, yada, yada. We're not going to go through every single word in this article. But it says here, while investors in this AI software company have plenty to celebrate right now, don't assume that means now is the time to jump in ahead of a surge to even higher prices. Nor is the latest news and price action a sign for existing investors to let it ride. So essentially, this guy's pretty much saying, don't buy now. Don't just jump in now because we popped up a lot, which I tend to actually agree with that a little bit. I'll talk about that in a second. But he's also saying people that are already in the stock, existing investors, shouldn't let it ride, which I don't agree with. That's a bunch of BS. in my opinion. And really, it depends on what angle this guy is looking at it. Let's see here. Palantir may have a lot going for it, both now and in the long term, but near-term price performance could soon once again turn on a dime. So it looks like he's looking at it more from the short term, which, okay, in that case, he's right. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in the short term, but the fact that he's saying even if you're already an existing investor, you shouldn't let it ride, that's bad thinking. Bad thinking, especially, if you're a long-term investor, you should let it ride, right? If you're a long-term investor, although I guess he's looking at it from the near term. Either way, that could trip up a lot of people to sell the stock right now, which I think is a grave mistake if you're looking at it from the next couple of years. But I guess it's more short term here. But either way, it looks like he thinks the stock is priced to perfection. Let's see what else. Coming down here a little more, there are substantive reasons behind, let's see here, arguments stating that Palantir isn't overvalued at 83 times forward earnings. However, this rich multiple does leave shares vulnerable when, not if, the next round of fear and uncertainty about AI stocks takes shape, which, all right, maybe that does happen. Maybe we do get another fear, but I don't know. I was reading NVIDIA, all these different AI players. Their earnings tend to be great in Q4, Q1. So we could actually be getting into a period of strength right now for these players. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But it looks like here, anything else worth looking at? This guy didn't really say much in this article. Looks like talking about commercial customer count continued to outpace commercial sales growth. Yeah, I just think at the end of the day, this person here that wrote the article, they're just thinking it's a bit too hot in the short term, too overbought, maybe due for a bit of a correction, a pullback, which might make sense, but are we seeing it on the charts? We're not seeing it on the charts. I feel like it would have already started to happen right now, potentially, but we're remaining very strong over $30, $31 per share, which is very good news. And like I said, cup and handle is looking very prominent here on the chart. Ascending triangle, big breakout could be coming. Guys, I don't know. It could go either way, of course, in the short term. You could argue for, I would say, more sideways action, not necessarily a big dump off, like a 20% sell off like this guy thinks it wants to go down, or 15%. I think if we chopped around, maybe in a 5% window, kind of in the low 30s here where we're at, 29 even, 29, 30, 31, that'd be very healthy price action for a little bit, which would give me more confidence that we're gearing up for the next move up, right? So, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think that now's the time to sell into the strength? Do you think now's the time, if you're a long-term investor, to not let it ride like we read in that article? Or do you think you should let it ride? Honestly, let me know in the comments. I'm very curious as to where your head's at. And of course, don't forget to get up to 20 stocks from Moomoo, guys. It's free money with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below. And make sure to sign up to my mailing list, which is free. I send you guys my top 3 stocks every single Monday morning for free. I do a write-up there on for the email members. So guys, check it out. Link down below. Put your first name and your email address. And with that being said, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.